I've never been known for my cautious side. I know the wind that I stir is a gale. So let us just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. Let's just do my love and see where it goes. So let us just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. Let's just do my love and see where this road will take us now. Even when my teardrops start to dry, even when the sun begins to shine again, taking all the advice there is and none of it has helped. Experience has made me realize that I won't build my life on empty words. Being so damn naive, it only hurts. I'm so tired of love songs, life never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone who wants me to. I've heard every cliche there is and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs, I'm sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. Looking back on how I used to be, I always thought that love was made for me. Oh well, I was just as blue-eyed as the sky could ever be. Loving you has made me realize I'm so tired of love songs, life never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone who wants me to. I've heard every cliche there is and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs, I'm sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of love songs, sick and tired of love songs. Even when my teardrops start to dry, and even when the sun begins to shine again, I've taken all the advice there is and none of it has helped. I'm so tired of love songs, sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. Ooh, sick and tired of you. I'm so tired of love songs that never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone to help me through. I've heard every cliche there is and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs, sick and tired of love songs.
Welcome to the live stream. I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. Today we're going to talk about what we're going to do in the future on my live streams. We're going to do it on a Monday night starting next week, July 8th. And it'll be, right now it's going to be every other week. I might go to every week after that. I'm not sure yet, but depending on how this goes for the first couple of weeks or first 2 to 3 weeks, we'll see how it goes after that. I may go every week. So it's up to you whether I do it every other week or every week. Hello, everybody. And Mark says that I think he heard this song in the elevator today. You probably did. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a short description of what I'm going to be covering in the future episodes. And I'm going to take a little bit of what I did out of every other playlist that I have. Like I had a playlist of I had At the Workbench, and I did that from my very first day, I think. I had it on my third video that I started At the Workbench. I didn't do anything at the workbench, I just talked, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do At the Workbench. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, and I'm going to show you how to do a few things. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I don't want to drag out the live stream, because there's a lot of things that we're going to cover in the live stream. But At the Workbench is going to be tips and tricks and how to do things. All right, here we go. Good day, model railroaders from Sparky. Hi, Sparky. PDRR engineer, DNRGW Iron Horse Route, RDNT, DNRGW. Okay, everybody else there. Okay. I finally figured out how to get this thing working, so I'm going to be putting it up here every once in a while. But anyway, that's the workbench. That's the first thing it's going to do. And my favorite. Here we go with another Shout Out Monday evening. I did this for almost a year, and what I did on that, I introduced new modelers at the beginning, and then after that I transitioned into modelers that would help other modelers, like Plasco and Terrain Tutor, to name a few, Eric Streibel. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to start out with modelers that are getting started out, and after a while I'll get back into other modelers who can help you that you may not know about, that could help you with building different things, that help you in understanding electronics, help you understanding how to build your terrain and everything like that, do your scenery, everything. Hi Rick. Hi Southern 207 Hobbies. How you doing today? So that's what we're going to do with Shout Out Monday evening. And I don't know if I'm going to do the acronym thing or not. That really racked my brain. Every week I had to think of an acronym that would went with the person that I was featuring, and that was the hardest part of the whole thing. I'm going to try, but I'm not promising anything on that. I'll do the best I can with those acronyms. But I was there every night trying to figure out what to put in that acronym to make it sound like it fit with the person that I was featuring. So we'll do it that way. And if you have any questions about anything, or you would like to hear me do anything in this live stream, just leave it up in the comments, or if you're watching a replay on this, do it in the comments down below. And Mark, I was watching you the other day on my cell phone, and I could barely see you because all the text was coming over on this side, covering you up. So I had to go on my computer to see it. That's the only bad part on a cell phone. I don't know how anybody could watch it on there. But anyway, the next one. Model railroading for beginners. I'm going to get easy projects for the beginners. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail at the workbench. I'm going to go in a little bit more detail, but model railroading for beginners. I'm going to do the first steps about model railroading and instructions. So it's going to make it's going to make it something easy for the beginner, just like I do in the series Model Railroading for Beginners. Now the next one is going to be train of thought is me rambling. That's me talking about stuff that I do back here or stuff that I've seen at train shows or anything else that I want to talk about. It's my time. I'll talk about that. And can you do more Arduino stuff? Yeah, I'll be doing Arduino stuff as soon as I get back to it. I got a whole box of stuff down on the floor right now that I have. And I'll be doing some of that. That'll be in with the workbench stuff. And so the train of thought, if I got, I spent a lot of time out on the road. We were 7 weeks on vacation. We hit a lot of places, and I'm going to talk about that stuff right there. That's what this train of thought is going to be. Or if you want to discuss anything, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, whatever you want to do. I'm open to that. We'll start doing that on the next episode. Now, what comes after that is questions and answers. I've been getting a lot of questions in email and in the comments, and we'll go over stuff like that on the questions and answers. And I just got one the other day about somebody wanting DCC. They wanted to know what is the difference between a regular turnout and a DCC ready turnout. And so it'll be stuff like that, but I'll answer that right now. In a DCC ready turnout, everything is cut around the frog, so you have to power the frog to where your point is on your turnout. That's the simple question, the simple answer on that. Okay, what else do we have up here? I see model railers here. How you doing, John? I like that beard. It was neat. I got to touch it too when we was at Steamtown. But he's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, here's Horseshoe Curve, 1854. That was a long time ago. Yeah, where are we at here? Okay, second vote for Arduino. Okay. Here we go. How did you do that? I got this right here. Remember a couple of weeks ago when I did the live stream, I said I only had 16 buttons. Well, now I got all 24 of them filled. So I think I need a bigger one with more buttons. But anyway, it's a software that I have. I have everything up real big, and I could see before I was watching the comments on a laptop, and now I could see it on my desktop. Let me see if I could bring this up here. Where is it? No, that's not it. Okay. You have to excuse me for a minute. I'm trying to find something here. Okay. And did I leave it on here? I might have not been able to do it. Okay. Wait a minute. I gotta look over here. I gotta look this way. Well, I guess I didn't put it in there, so we're not going to be able to see it right now. But anyway, I have another monitor where I have everything coming up real big, where I could see everything really plain. I wanted to find something right here. Let me go back. Okay, this is another one. We'll have entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. All right, there we go. I'm looking for a comment right here that I lost. Where did it go? Okay. Well, Sparky said something and I can't find it right now. Oh, yeah, there it is. Here we go. Love the shirt. All right. Horseshoe curve. And it fits good, too. I got one from Spencer Transportation Museum, and it was an extra large. And after Debbie washed it with all the other t-shirts, it looked like it was a kid's t-shirt. I mean, it just shrunk up to practically nothing. But anyway, where was I? Did I do the Q&A? Okay. If I already did it, I forgot. But anyway, I'm going to do a Q&A with the emails and everything, and I suggest you help out by asking questions here. Anything that you want to know. Is ElectroFrog the same as a DCC turnout? Is an ElectroFrog the same as a DCC turnout? I don't know. Is the ElectroFrog the one that's powered, or is it unpowered? If that one's powered. Here, let me bring that up here. Sparky asked, is ElectroFrog the same as a DCC turnout? I'm not sure. ElectroFrog is a manufacturer's term, and I'm not sure if that is powered frog or you have to put your own power to it, so I'm not quite sure. Is that one that Pico makes? Because I know Pico makes an ElectroFrog, but that's a DCC turnout there. Yeah, he grew up my beard. Yeah, I just had to touch it, because it's nice and soft too. Hey, I see a Chazco in here. Did you change your name again? Every time. Oh, here we go. 5107, aka Chazco. Hi, Chuck. Solo Contracting. How you doing? Train Guy 56. Summer repeats already, huh? No repeats. It's going to be all new stuff. No repeats on this. And after we do the Q&A, we're going to do I'm going to ask you questions. And whatever that question is, go ahead and put it in the chat on the side. And leave a comment if you're watching a replay. And we'll go over that in the beginning of the next episode. And that's just a way of, just keeping a dialogue going. And what I'm going to ask today is, okay, there's a lot of publications out there that are still in print, that are still being printed, even though, mostly everybody goes on the internet and looks things up. When I went, last time I was at Metro Trains and Hobbies, there was a whole shelf full of publications. Now, I subscribe to Model Railroader, and normally when I go there, I pick up Railroad Model Craftsman and the and Narrow Gauge Gazette, and some of the other ones there too, Model Railroading News. But I mean, there must be still about 40 different publications out there. Then he has another one that has all the instructional books from Kalmbach. And do you still read the paper magazines and everything, or do you find out all your information on the internet? That's my question to you. I do both. I find most of my information on the internet, but I find some of it in the publications. But I found that I have a stack of magazines, you know, about that high right now that I have to go through yet because I haven't read them. Because I'll get them and I'll throw them in the pile, and that's where they end up. But that's what we're gonna do. That's my question to you for next week. So basically, we're gonna do workbench, shout out, model railroading for beginners, train of thought, where you know I just ramble, and I'm probably rambling right now. A Q&A where you could ask questions and I'll answer them. Okay. Does anybody else have? Okay. Here we go. The only bad part about this is I have to bring it up on the screen first, send it to the X keys before I could click it on the Hex keys. Dude, it was a blast hanging out with you, Tom. Hope to do it again. So do I. I hope to see you all again. And you know, there was a lot of people there that I missed. I didn't get up early enough to be there at 8:30 in the morning, so I didn't get there till about. Well, actually, I did get up early enough, but I went to eat breakfast instead, and we didn't get there till about 9:30 or so. So, anyway, I didn't get to see everybody in the group, so I was just running into people at Steamtown here and there. Okay, retract that till next week. I need MR and watch MRVP, but mostly YouTube. That's right here. You know, I'm subscribed to the MRVP, but I haven't watched it in I don't know how long. You know, I'm paying for it for nothing really. I usually watch stuff on YouTube, and Strasbourg next year, Sparky says. Okay. That's going to be great because there's a lot of things to do at Strasbourg. If you haven't been at Strasbourg, there's the actual railroad. Right across the street is the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum. Down about a block is the Choo Choo Barn, and then there's a hobby shop right next to that. Going the other way is the Red Caboose Hotel, which uses cabooses for your night stay. They have a diner there that's in a dining car. And then right behind that is the Toy Train Museum. And from what I understand, there's a lot more stuff to do there. It takes 2 days or more to see everything there. Okay. Here we go. Solo contracting. I still like the feel of a paper publication. You know, I like to, you know, thumb through them every once in a while too, but it just seems like I don't have the time to do it. I'll sit there at the computer and read like that. Still subscribe to Model Railroad and NMRA magazine, but limit it to that. That's about it. I mean, there's a lot of publications out there. I was surprised, and every time I go there, it seems like there's more and more. So you know, everybody's talking about that the publications are getting thinner, but they're still making more. You know, I don't understand it. Okay. How about the Golden Spike in North Platte? Or Platte. All right. How about that, Sparky, 1 year? I think he said Grand Canyon after that. After Strasbourg. All right, let me see what else we got here. And O-Gauge Forum. Yeah, I go to some of the forums too, but I've been going to them for a long time, but I never signed into them. I've been reading Trainboard Forum for a long time. They got a lot of good stuff on Arduino there, and I just recently signed in for the first time. Like I'm a newbie there now, but I've been reading it for a long time. I still get Model Railroader magazine. I like to buy the books on rail yards, industry, yard works. Whenever I go to a train show, there's usually somebody there that has a lot of books, and I do the same thing. I'll go there and I'll buy up, books. This one place, I think it was Miami Model Railroad Museum or museum that was either in Miami or one of those other cities over there on the east coast of Florida. But they were a train show in Fort Myers, and they were selling off all their books for $1 each. And I picked up about 10 of them, as many as I could carry out of there in one handful. But I always look for bargains when I go to Barnes and Nobles. They'll have the sale items there, the clearance items there, and I'll go there and buy whatever they have. I think I showed it in one of my episodes. Downstairs I have a whole bookcase full of a bookcase full of Model Railroader magazines, and then another bookcase full of books, publications that are collecting dust. And a lot of times I'll buy duplicates of them. I'm going to have to buy, John, I'm going to have to go through and take some pictures. Leeway, what brand DCC or DC? Don't know much DC, but can help with most brands. What brand DCC or DC? Don't know much DCC, but help with most brands. I use Digitrack. A lot of people use other things, but I started out with Digitracks and I like it. They have a lot of stuff. Now I heard there was some other brands that were going to be doing some other things with lighting other than just plugs, Woodland Scenics, but I'm not sure who it was. The guy at Metro Trains and Hobbies was talking about it the last train show he went to. But that was a while back, but I haven't seen anything on the market since then. Okay, wait a minute. All right, here we go. Tom, last week you mentioned a system that will go with the iPhone. Which was it? I can't remember if it was an alternative to DCC or what. With your iPhone, you could. I might have been talking about DCC++, but you could also use your iPhone with DCC. You could use JMRI and use your iPhone, your iPad, or any tablet or any cell phone with JMRI. You could hook it up like that. I have some videos on that. In fact, I did a video way back in 2016 on hooking up your tablet to JMRI through DCC. And it's real easy. There's nothing to it. You just have to get the app for it. I'm not sure what the app is for the iPhone, but I don't have my phone here with me. But on Android, it's a different app. I can't remember what the name of it is right now. But that's how you do it, through the app. And it's real simple. There's a couple of steps. All you have to do, you could even do it on your own Wi-Fi. Now, the way I showed it was I set up a different Wi-Fi. I got an old router, from a thrift store, paid a couple of bucks for it, and I set it up for just the train room only, and did it that way. But you could even use your own Wi-Fi, your whatever you have on your computer, on your laptop, to get yourself started on there. Okay. I have done that. Buy a book, put it somewhere, and then when I want to reference it, need to buy it again because for where I put it. You're not getting as old as I am. I mean, you're still young yet. You don't do that until after you're 60 or so. But I do that a lot. In fact, I did that with my NMRA gauge. I do that with a lot of books. And in fact, I was looking for an extension for my microphone so I could bring my microphone down a little bit. I got a little 6-inch extension on it, and I've been looking for it all day today, and I can't find it. But I did find something that I was looking for about a month ago, but that's how it always works. You always find something different whenever you're not looking for it. Okay, what's we got here? Some no power, some bad gear. I guess that's noise. And I must have missed what he was talking about on there. Oh yeah, maybe here. I just discovered that I can run my N-scale train off a battery. It's amazing how it runs on as little as 3 volts. I did that. I did that in a video. Take a 9-volt battery if you're ever going to a train show and you want to test out a DC locomotive, not DCC. It's not going to work on DCC. But take that 9-volt battery and put it on the wheels, and you'll be able to see if it runs or not. Instead of having to, take it over to the track and test it out there, you could just put a 9-volt battery in your pocket and stick it in there. It works just as well. But all these years I been going to train shows and I never thought of it, and then it dawned on me one day. I had a 9-volt battery right there, and I wanted to test it, and I was looking around, and I had all my DC power supplies in a tote. And I didn't want to get it out, so I, just picked up the battery and just pushed it up against there and say, "Hey, it works! Wow!" So I did a video on it. Well, I'm right there with you, Tom. 63 and pushing. I'm 68. I'm a little bit ahead of you on that one there, but I've been doing this a long time, forgetting where I put things. Okay, ZD USA Rail Fan. Has model railroading in HO scale hard to work? I don't think it's hard to work. In fact, I think it's easier to work on than N scale, but like I said, I'm old and I can't see that little stuff there. Years ago I had some N scale, but HO scale seems pretty easy to work on with me. You're welcome. All right, so what else we got here? Okay. ZD USA Railfan. My dad and I still buy trains.com magazine. All right. That's good. Keep them going because they need everything that they can get. All the publications do, because they're like I hear from everybody that they're dying out, and basically the advertisers aren't spending the money on the paper publications anymore. They're spending the money on the internet. Okay. I'm 48, feel like I'm 78. Well, I know how you feel. Okay. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, with those publications, they are dying out. I mean, I just got Model Railroader in the mail yesterday, and that thing is just like this, and there's hardly any advertisement in it anymore. I mean, I remember when you could open it up, and Train World had a two-page spread on it. They don't do that anymore. They're spending their advertising money somewhere else. But they still keep pushing out those magazines and other publications. I'm trying to help Lee with troublesome N-scale locomotives. I'm sure Lee will thank you very much for the help. Hi Tom, hi all. EL and E, Jeff, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. Well, I said I was going to keep this one short. Okay, 67 here for a few weeks, then oh my goodness. Let me put this one up there. Chasco. Okay, Chuck, I met you at D-Land last year. Are you going to go to the one on the 13th? I just got the postcard in the mail today for the D-Land. It's in, not this weekend, no, next weekend, the 13th. Are you going to be going there? My question to you. All right. But anyway, I'm going to a train show in D-Land. I don't know why, but they have them 4 times a year. And I went in January, which was a really good one. January, then February, March, April. I think April, before we went on vacation, I went to another one. And that one wasn't too good. It still had a lot of stuff there. The one in January, they had 2 buildings where they had a lot of model railroads in one building, and all the vendors in the other building. But this last one, they only had one building and very little model railroad clubs there. Orlando N-Scale was there, and I think just another one. I can't remember the name of it, but it wasn't as big as the one in January. Okay, planning to go. Okay. Well, we're going to be going. We're going to be driving up. So we'll probably get there around noon-ish. It takes a while to get up there. We drive up 17 on the way up there. Okay. Tom, did you hear Norfolk Southern retired lots of Dash 9s, 44 CWs for rebuild my dad and I saw 245? Nope, I haven't heard that. If you can put a link, well, I know you can't put a link in here, but where did you hear that? I haven't heard it. I don't hear a lot of stuff. Dave's Trains, I hope it's good because I will be there. I hope to see you there. I'll be there about noon. All right, here's another one. PD Railroad Engineer. I'll be at D-Land show on the 13th. Well, I hope to see you there. I don't know what you look like. Some of the people on here, I don't know what you look like, so you're going to have to come up to me and say hi. Because that's the biggest thing. When I went to Atlanta, there was a lot of people there that told me afterwards that they were there, but I didn't recognize them, so I didn't know to say hi to them or anything. But anyway, if you see me there, say hi, and make sure, smack me on the head and say take a selfie, because whenever I see somebody, I always forget to take selfies. I hope they have a lot of vendors. They usually do have a lot of vendors. Just the last time, they didn't have the model railroads. They still filled up the hall, but they didn't. It seemed like I got there late that time, but it seemed like that they were packing things up around 1 o'clock or 1:30. I guess there wasn't too many people there that got there early. so they were packing things up pretty early. A lot of the older books and publications you can find on Amazon. Just remember to scroll through it to find a good price and watch the shipping fees. Yeah, if you're a Prime member, wait a minute, where do I have it? I'll get rid of this. Check code for items seen on this channel. You could always go through my Amazon and I get a little bit of cut from whatever you buy. If you go through there and decide not to buy anything and you go look maybe 2 or 3 days later, I still get credit for whatever you purchase. I get a little percentage of it. I don't know what it is, but it's not very much. But you know, if you go look on Amazon, and it's good to be a Prime member, because I mean, we even got the Prime Video, and just recently we renegotiated our cable. When I was on vacation is when my 2 years was up on what I had. I had the phone, the internet, and TV. And we hardly watch TV, so you know, I got rid of the phone and the TV, and so all I have was the internet, and I got a good deal on the internet. It's about half the price of what it used to be, and I got a really good speed. I think we got 40 download, or no, 40 down. Let me see. 40 upload, which is what you want to do when you're streaming, and 1 gigabyte download. So we got a gigabyte router, and that works out pretty good for $110 a month. We were paying on a regular price over $200 for it. But anyway, with Amazon Prime, you also get a lot of stuff that you can watch on TV. I mean, that's how we're watching TV now with Amazon Prime. And then and then about 4 years ago, I hooked up a digital antenna up in my attic. I went up there, took the ladder all the way up, and put it up as high as I can. The only problem is all the antennas are facing the same way. So I get one. I think I get CBS and ABC. I can't get NBC because NBC's antenna is right behind CBS antenna. But yeah, where is it? What is TV? Yeah, it's that little box. I mean, we hardly watch it anymore. I mean, Debbie watched what it was, Live PD. That's a different one. I guess they got rid of Cops. Cops isn't doing any more ones. So Live PD is on now, and she's been watching that for about a year. But that's about the only thing she watches. And then Big Brother and Survivor, and that's about it. And Amazing Race. That's it. But that's about all we watch on television. Okay. Went to a nice show over weekend sponsored by a large local store. Only a couple of vendors selling. Makes for a different experience. Good, but Hastings, Anthony, sat with you at the dining car experience. If you want to see somebody that does some good stuff right here, see this guy right here, Hastings BNSF N-Scale Modeler. Yeah, shows are a great place to look for long lost treasures. And there's this one vendor that goes to all the shows in this area, or I guess all the shows in Florida. He's always all the way in the back, and I always get stuff from him. But he has boxes and boxes on the floor and has displays all along the back wall of anything that you want. And he has a lot of HO scale, but in the boxes you could get anything, O scale, S scale. I mean, he has everything and all kind of old stuff. So you can dig through there, and he has reasonable prices. He doesn't put price tags on it. You just negotiate with him. Just, tell him what you want to give him, and he'll tell you if he thinks you're full of crap or not. So, because sometimes, I'd say, I give him too low of a price, and he said, get away from here. Okay. Okay, what else? Here we go. I only watch YouTube and Netflix now. Yeah, YouTube, I was thinking about getting YouTube TV. And when they first started back in a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, they were starting out, they offered it at $35. And I should have got it back then, because right now they're up to $50 a month. And I don't think they're offering anything else. Boom. Okay, thanks, Sparky 107. It was a very cool convention. Yes, I want to thank you. I want to thank you, Sparky, for everything that you did to organize that thing. And hopefully we'll get to see you next year at Strasbourg. It's a little bit closer, and there's a lot of things to do. And I hope my daughter will watch Sadie while we do it, so we can go without Sadie. Because that's the biggest part. The last time we left her for 4 days, and she said Sadie was, and the kids were still in school and everything. She's a school teacher, and she's got 3 girls in school, and she said the dog was keeping her awake, crying all night and whining. So I don't know. We gotta figure out a way what to do with Sadie. Full of crap is a good place to start. You never know. Might say yes. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you never know until you give them an offer, and that's how it usually goes. If what's he gonna do? You only could say no, or you're full of crap. But that's. I like to see ones like that, because you can negotiate with them, and they're not set on price. Because there's some people, I've seen some. Now, I got a lot of old. Well, you might be able to see some of them back there. It's a little bit dark right there. But I got a lot of old horn hook couplers, cars, and they're worth maybe about $3 or $4. But I see a lot of these vendors, they want $7 for them, $8 for them, and they're not worth that much. Come on, I mean, right here, the guy wants $7 or $8, and the vendor next to him is giving them away for $3. So how does he, sell anything with that price? But I don't know. I don't understand some of these people that are up there selling. And then there are some people that just practically give things away. I went to this one place. This woman was selling the stuff for her neighbor, because her neighbor's husband passed away, and he had all this stuff, and she was just going to throw it away. So she said, well, here, I'll take it to the train show and sell it. And she was giving away all kind of good stuff. I can't remember where that was. Oh, it was in Real Rails in Sarasota. And I mean, I got a lot of stuff. I think I did a video. I know I did a video on it. I always do a video on it. But, it was like $5 for some they were old kits. But, now you'd pay $20 for them. She was giving them away for $5, and I picked up quite a few of them. But you always find some good stuff. My mama always said the worst thing someone could say is no. So try. That's right. All they could say is no. So don't be afraid to make an offer, because no can't hurt you. It's when they get the club out and say, get the hell out of here. That's what hurts you. But no, words ain't going to hurt you. So, make an offer. Say anything. Give them tell them what you think it's going to be worth to you. And then, they'll negotiate with you. All right. Okay, I like the show E.G. and E. Jeff was just at. Some good finds there. So where was that at? Oh, I forgot. Happy Canada Day. And I don't know what it is, so, you got to explain that to me. I'm from the U.S., so what is Canada Day anyway? But anyway, Happy Canada Day. I've seen that everywhere today. So let me know what Canada Day is. What what are you celebrating? Is it the birthday of Canada, or the independence of Canada, or is it like the 4th of July for us here in the States? So nobody responding. Okay. It's not model railroad related, so we're not going to talk about it. Okay. But anyway, I want to wish all you Canadians happy Canada Day. Okay, N-Scale Convention. Chicago. Okay. There you go. That's a little bit too far for me. Last let me see, when was it? January. I went to Atlanta. That was quite a drive because we had to drop off Sadie in Orlando, and then we stopped off in Sanford to see my daughter and granddaughter because she was going to field hockey tryouts there. And then we drove up to Atlanta, and from what I understand, that wasn't the show that I should have went to. And I mean, even though it was good, they have another show that's on the, I guess it's on the west side of Atlanta, that I'll probably go to next year. Yeah, I saw Mike Pfeiffer's video going up to the N-Scale Convention. I think he hits all of them, because when I was in Pittsburgh talking to DJ, he said that he was up in Pittsburgh when it was up that way the year before. So he gets around all of them, no matter how far they are. And he said he even brought a layout with him. So he gets around everywhere. Yeah, explain Canada Day to him, Sparky. What is it? Is it? Okay, there we go. Canada Day is the day Canada became a country. Okay. All right, so what year was it? How long ago was that? Like, United States has their Independence Day, 1776. Oops. Okay, I enjoyed meeting you at Steamtown. Hope to see you again at another get-together. Was that me or was that Sparky? Okay. I'm looking at the picture. I'm bad with names. I'm bad with faces. They have a few train shows here in Michigan. Michigan, okay. It's cold up here, ain't there? But not as cold as Canada, huh? I enjoyed all your live chats while on your trip. I enjoyed doing them too. You know, and what I found out, it surprised the hell out of me when I was at the B&O Railroad Museum and I was going through there and doing the live stream. The guy over there was watching the live stream, you know, said, "Hey, Tom, how you doing?" And, you know, and then it really surprised the hell out of me, you know, that I'm doing a live stream and, you know, somebody's watching it right there. But anyway, he took me around to, you know, different places in there, and even out in the back where, you know, you're not supposed to be, that wasn't open to the public, you know, just take a little peek out there. But he knew a lot about it. He's a volunteer. And like I said about, I talked about volunteers at another time, but there are a lot of people that are volunteering at these museums, like the B&O Museum. When I went to Hagerstown, which is maybe 50, 60 miles away, there was guys up there volunteering at Hagerstown that also volunteered at the B&O Railroad Museum. So, you know, that really surprised the hell out of me. But yeah, there's a lot of volunteers. And when we was at Steamtown, when they took us through the tour of the roundhouse and the back shop, the people that are rebuilding those locomotives back here, I don't know if you know it, but they are volunteers. They are not employees of the national park or anything. They're volunteering their services to rebuild those locomotives there. So, you got a lot of volunteers out there that are doing things for people and doing things for museums and just to try to preserve the railroads. Okay, here we go. No idea what Canada Day is anymore. So many people forgot, and too many stories about what it is. For me, it's just another day. Everything is closed. So it's a holiday where everything is closed. Well, they don't close anything here in the States anymore during a holiday. That picture is 100 years old. Okay. Okay, David, remind me, where are you from? I might remember you from there. Okay, Sparky says 1887. So happy birthday, Canada. Okay. Oops, already did that one. Okay. All right. Tom, Norfolk Southern and also retiring SD7 units and, okay, let me put that one up there. Retiring SD70 units for SD70 ACC rebuilding. So at least they're repurposing them and not scrapping them altogether. When we was at Steamtown, it was amazing how many locomotives and rolling stock was in the graveyard alongside that walkway. I mean, there must have been about 3 or 4 rows, 3 or 4 tracks of nothing but old cars. And even up in Strasburg, when you go there to the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum, go outside and you could see a lot. Some of them, they're not being restored. I mean, one of them way back in the corner is one locomotive that I worked on when I was worked at Monongahela Connecting Railroad in Pittsburgh, and it's unique because they had to shave the top of the cab off to fit under the furnace alley. So they made 2 of them like that, the 701 and the 700, but they had the 701 at their Pennsylvania Railroad Museum. Any progress on the printer turntable? No. I've been on vacation and I work slow. All right, Norman Benjamin, hello, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Hi, David. Thanks for the ride and good company out to the club. I missed the club. I mean, we were so tired from, walking around Steamtown all day that we didn't get to go to there. But I'm glad I get to watch all the videos of people that went there. Roy Smith just posted his video a couple of days ago about the Hudson Model Railroad Club. And a lot of other people had their videos on there. But that's a good way. We were so tired, and Debbie's got bad knees and I got bad hips, so we just did. We just crashed. After we went to the dining car, we just said to hell with it. We can't make it. We'll watch the videos. So that's one good thing about the videos. Tom, they're rebuilding them in Muncie, Indiana. I wish I could go out to see them. I wish, I'm still waiting for the RV place to contact me saying, hey, we'll give you an RV so you can go around the country. But I know that's never going to happen. But I could wish, can't I? Highland Husky Mooch Squad, enjoy the show, Tom. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sparky says Hudson Model Railroad Club was great. Yeah, from the videos that I saw, it looks pretty good. And I wished I would have been able to go see it. There was another place when I was up there that I didn't get to see. And I wanted to go, you know, we got there a day early. We got there Thursday afternoon, and we toured the trolley museum and then took a trolley ride. But I wanted to go up to see the viaduct that was about maybe 10 or 15 miles away from there. And I know a couple of people said they stopped by and see it on the way in, but Dean Richardson told me about it, and he said he was going to go up there and see it. And I wanted to see it on that Thursday, and we just ran out of time and never got to see it. So, you know, there's a lot of places that I want to see that I haven't seen. And, you know, watching these videos, my daughter even sent me a text today. She was hiking with her dog up in Patapsco State Park, where they have the Thomas Viaduct, where I did the video on it. And she found some tunnels, walkway tunnels underneath the tracks that were marked 18. I don't have my my cell phone with me. It's in the other room, but it was like 18 something, 1896 I think was marked on the stones on the tunnel. But that's pretty cool. I mean, I lived there for 20 years. I lived in Maryland for 20 years in Anne Arundel County, and I never knew about Thomas Viaduct until my daughter told me about it when we was up there. But yeah, she finds more stuff than I do. But there's a lot of places that I go to. Okay, what's this? I felt bad for Nate. He couldn't get upstairs. Needed Buck to pick him up. Yeah, he's a good kid, or good guy. And yeah, Buck is a big boy. Yeah, he is big. That is one thing I could say about him. I'm from around Rochester. I have changed that pictures to more current one. It hasn't shown up in the browser yet. Now have white hair and beard, much shorter than you. I know you now. We talked on Thursday night, and then we talked together on Friday too, inside the roundhouse. By the restroom. Now I remember you. I remembered from Rochester. But I couldn't remember your name. I always have trouble with names. And that picture right there, that doesn't look anything like you. All right. At least I was able to video on Steamtown and the Big Boy. That is an amazing place, and I wish I would have been able to go last year too, but you know, money's always a big problem. Yep, that's you. Okay, yeah, I was always wondering what your name was, you know, because I'm terrible with names. I can never remember anybody's name until I hear it about 15 times, and unless they shake me and say, "Hey, my name's David." But let me see. Yeah, I felt bad for Nate. Yeah, he had trouble getting around, and I seen him the next day. He told me about Everett Railroad, and I booked a ride on the Everett Railroad before we went up to Horseshoe Curve, but unfortunately he booked the 2:30 ride, and I booked the 1 o'clock ride. So we only passed each other on the way. I think I got him on the video when I was taking a shot of the train leaving. You see him in a window. Yep, that's you, all right. But I want to say again, happy birthday, Canada, and I'm sorry that your stores are closed today. The stores stay open here in the States. I don't know why. One time, all the stores were closed on Sunday too, but not anymore. I can remember when we first went from Pennsylvania to Maryland. We moved down to Maryland in '84 after the steel mills went to hell, And I moved down, and my wife she couldn't find her shoes, and she had to go to work the next day because we both just got a new job in Maryland. She worked at PG County Hospital, and I worked for a laundry representative, and we had to go to Virginia to a store because the stores in Maryland were closed on Sunday, and I think back in Pennsylvania they were already open on Sunday, but going way back, you couldn't find anything on Sunday. I remember the telescope reference. Okay, telescope reference. Is that the telescope at Cass Scenic Railroad? There was when we was at Cass Scenic Railroad, we had no cell service, none whatsoever. You look at your cell phone and it's dead. And even 16 miles away, where we stayed at Snowshoe Ski Resort, there's no hotels close by. I think there was one. Let me rephrase that. You could stay in the city of Cass. Okay, they have houses there that you could stay in as part of your fee for going there. They have some packages where you could stay at this houses, and there's a lot of houses there. But we decided to stay up at Snowshoe, and even 16 miles away there was no cell service. And we found out why, because it's a quiet area. They had the radio telescope that was not too far from Cass, and it's one big radio telescope and then a series of other smaller ones all the way around it. And I think it's Brown radio telescope. I'm not sure what it is. I have the paper here someplace. I'm bad with names. Okay, whatever works railroad. All right. Okay. Depends on the province for Tim's. Okay. All right. Very few things spell mead the same way. A lot have the E on the name, but the telescope is spelled correctly. Okay, that's what it's about. I'm in BC, and I'm assuming that's British Columbia. I'm not too good with Canada stuff. I know it's up that way. But if you tell me where you're from, I got to look it up on the map. Okay, closed on Cape Breton near me. All right. So we're getting on a little bit over an hour here. We're at hour and 9 minutes. What time is it? It's 9:02. So how did I get an hour and 9 minutes when I only started 5 minutes early? That's weird. My clock must be wrong. But anyway, here's what I'm going to do here. My name is not correct. So you spell it different? Okay. Where did I do this? We're going to do this how I'm going to do the regular live streams. We're going to go. Well, what I did was I had a question here to ask you, but I asked it a long time ago, and is, do you still get the printed magazines? Because that was let's wrap this up now. But anyway, if you want to keep talking on there, I'm going to keep the thing alive for about a few minutes. I'm glad you all came by. Okay, here we go. British Columbia is the west coast. I'm on Vancouver Island. That must be nice, living on an island. I lived on an island one time after I sold my house in Maryland. And we lived on Kent Island. but it's a real small island on the Chesapeake Bay. It's been great. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you, Anthony. I hope to see you all next week. We're going to be starting it on the 8th. And like I said in the beginning, we're going to be doing it to begin with every other week. I may go every week after that. But so until the next time, we'll see you. And don't forget, I'm going to keep this on so you can chat a little bit longer. And where's my... I got to find my button on here.
Meant to never go away. But it's all in my mind. And though I know that there is nothing to find, you're a beautiful sight in the summer night. And you can't put up a fight in the misty light. While you roam in the streets all alone, and all you can see, thinking about what your life came to be. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light. Another day, like the mothers of Brazil find their way. We're all on our own, but you're the most beautiful I've ever known. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light.